Shabbat Shalom, Chaverim.
Shabbat Shalom.
Shalom.
Good Shabbos Shpirim. Shabbat Shalom, Habibi. Shabbat Shalom, friends.
Okay, hold on.
Okay, I already know that was
It
too
was
fast,
so
and I know
fast.
that
I
you're going to
couldn't
say
even
it.
tell the
Stop.
different languages. Start again.
Shabbat Shalom, Chaverim.
Shabbat Shalom.
Good Shabbos Shpirim. Shabbat Shalom, Habibi. Shabbat Shalom, friends. What the heck? What do these expressions in different languages have to do with Parashat Noah? I'm sure you were all expecting me to talk about the Noah story. The ark, the animals, the flood, yada yada yada. But we all know that story. So I'm going to discuss a less well-known story in this upcoming week's portion, the Tower of Babel. I just switched to a Shabbat Shalom in 4 Jewish languages: Hebrew, Yiddish, Arabic, and English. The Tower of Babel is the story that many look to in the Torah as the explanation of why we have so many different languages and cultures in the world. As the story goes, sometime after the flood, people in the land of Babylon wanted to make a name for themselves and build a mighty tower that could reach the heavens. They had so much pride, they thought they could reach the heavens and be face to face with God. Until this point, the whole world spoke the same language so people could easily communicate while building their tower. God was not pleased. After all, the goal of their tower was not to glorify God, but to show off, to build a name for themselves. So God stopped their plans by introducing confusion. The word Babel means confusion, like when someone babbles on and on. Hashem confused their plans by introducing many languages, making it hard for people to communicate and hard to work together. Many commentators say that it was a punishment, but could the commentators have gotten it wrong? I have a different perspective. I think all of the world's languages are a gift to humanity. Here's why. You all know that my family likes to travel. As I become a Jewish adult today, I've already been to 38 countries. I've had many experiences with people who speak different languages. Sometimes we don't understand each other. Sometimes it does feel like a punishment, confusion. Like when I ordered veggies in Greece, but the server brought me pork sausage instead. Or when my family got in a taxi in Azerbaijan trying to go back to the hotel and got taken to the opposite side of town, when we probably could have walked in the first place. Or when I got the most painful foot massage in Taiwan because I was unable to communicate that I wanted the pressure to be softer, so I had to suffer through the pain. That, for sure, was punishing. But in many ways, I've also experienced the gift of not speaking the same language but still forming connections. I've played on playgrounds, in swimming pools, and on beaches with many kids who don't speak the same language. I've learned that to bond with someone, you don't need to speak actual words. Just a simple smile can form a connection. Maybe it's the effort to create a connection when you don't have the same language that can make the connection so much more powerful. Maybe that's what God was after when he destroyed the Tower of Babel and created multiple languages. 3 summers ago, I was volunteering in Zambia, Africa. You may have heard about that at Zara's mitzvah. We were the only kids volunteering among a larger group of adults and college students. So when we took breaks, we often played with the local children who had gathered around to watch us work. Apparently, our work-building huts was the village entertainment. The kids didn't speak any English. Mostly, we kicked around a soccer ball. We tried to learn a few words in their language, but it was hard. It makes me think that maybe God wanted to make communication difficult between people whose lives are very different, so that we would know we would have to work to understand each other. I still think about those kids today, and I hope they are doing all right. They lead such a different life from me. I like that different languages and different cultures give us so much to explore. At my school, a Jewish day school, I've been learning Hebrew since I was 5, and I'm getting pretty good at it. Some days, a dual language curriculum feels like a punishment, but I know it's not, because when I've gone to Israel, speaking Hebrew makes me feel more connected. And there have been plenty of times when I've had to help my parents out with ordering food and getting directions, because I speak and read Hebrew much better than they do. Also, it can be helpful at home. Lots of times when my sister and I don't want my parents to know what we're saying, we speak to each other in Hebrew. In addition to studying Hebrew, my father is going to make me start Arabic next year in school, which I'm convinced really is a punishment. I mean, there are so many electives that would be way more fun and easier, but maybe he is right. Arabic is the language of our neighbors in the Middle East, and if I make the effort to speak their language and they make the effort to speak mine, then maybe the relationship between our peoples can be different in my generation. We don't really get to know why God did a lot of things that happen in the Torah, or even in our own lives. Most people would look at the Tower of Babel story and think that making everyone speak a different language is a punishment. But I think that God knew that if we put in the work to create a real connection, the reward is that much more sweet. It took work to learn these prayers in Hebrew. It took work to learn my Torah portion, but the work is part of what makes today so special. I want to thank my parents, my sister, my grandparents, aunts, uncles, cousins, and friends for being here today and making this whole day so special. I would also like to take a moment to mention my grandfather, Paul Ducker, who passed away a few years ago. He was very proud that he spoke French and Spanish, although my father says not that well. I know he is here with me in spirit and would be so proud to see me here today. He and I had our own special language. Thank you all for being here and for sharing this special day with me at my bat mitzvah. Shabbat shalom.
Shabbat shalom.
Nice.
Yay,
Excellent.
Beautiful.
Okay, so there's two things. Well, that was three things. One is I thought that the volume was good. Like you gave the microphone enough to fill the room. So you could always be a little bit louder, but I thought that it was good. Even your speed, you caught yourself because you were speeding up. You have to just remember to go slow, And so you could write it on your sheet. Like, just put a indicator that, and it's actually, your page is already set up. Every paragraph can be a reminder to go slow, right? Take a full breath in between paragraphs. Third, and this is the thing to work on, is to look up. Because you know the words, right? But you spoke to the table, right? I think that you're like just on the cusp of being comfortable and looking out and everything, because then what you're also going to share is your smile will come out, and that will be awesome. So that's so good. I love your talk. I love how it came together, and it's perfect. Okay? Yay! So, and where we'll do it is that after Mincha and before Mariv, in that spot, that's when we'll do the Devar Torah. So it's a little different. Okay.
Should I do Ashra even though the girls are doing it? Should I just do it?
Oh, the girls are doing it.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, let them. The gang, the gaggle is doing it. I was like, oh, who's doing it? I was like, oh, I remember.
What if you forget it?
Ashra?
Yeah.
What?
No, you don't have to do Ashrei. I remember who's doing Ashrei. Yes.
I think you might know them just a touch.
Just a little bit.
Okay, so should I start with the Valtian?
Yep.
Uvaltian Koel, Shavei Feshach Be'akab Na'aronai.
Okay. Yeah, you just go like.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. ואתה קדש ישבתי לת ישראל, וקרזל זה ואמר, קדש קדש קדש, אני אצבע מאחורס כבודו. איני רוח ישמח רקוע שקדו, ברוך כבוד, אדוני במקומו. אדוני ימלוך לעולם ועד. ויבטחו בחיי שמך, כי לא עזבת דרכך אדוני, אדוני חפץ למען צדקה, יגדיל תורה ויאדיר. יקרא ויקדש שמי רבה, ועמד יברח ירצה, וימליך מלכותה, לחייכנו ביד מלך, ובחייתך בישראל, והגלה בזמן קריב, ואמרו אמן. יהי שמי מרום מברך, לעולם מעמיה. יתברך וישתבח, יתברך וישמע וינשא, יתברך ויצלח ויצלח שמי לקדושה ברכו. לאלה מכל ברכתה ושירתה, שהושבחת ונחמתה, תמרמה בעלמה ואמרו אמן.
Okay, so 2:18. Okay, go for it.
ואני תפילתי לך אדוני רצון, אלוהים ברמזדך, ענני באמת יישך. Wait, no, I had to write the first time. יישך. ויהי בנצורן ויאמר משה קומה אדוני ויפצו אויביך וינצו משנאיך מפניך כי מציון תצא תורה כי מציון תצא תורה ודבר אדוני מירושלים ברוך שנתן תורה תורה ברוך שנתן תורה תורה לעמו ישראל בקדושתו.
Okay, at this point, I don't have the sheet. I think the sheet are in the sanctuary, but the ark openers will be up here.
Yeah.
And so,
Who's opening the ark?
Well, we better remind ourselves of that.
okay, let me go get the sheet.
No, we'll look at it.
No, I have to go. It's just right in the chapel. Let me get that. Let's see. Okay, so I have the ark opening, Amy Cohen.
Oh,
Okay.
And?
And then just herself. And then when we put the Torah away, Sharon and Daniel.
Okay.
Okay, that's what you wrote here.
Seems good, seems good.
Okay,
should we
perfect.
have Zara do it with Amy because she's
Well,
not
that's a good
doing
idea.
anything?
Yeah.
Do we get an earlier or not? Whatever,
Yep,
we do?
that's good. Maybe we'll have Zara come with Amy. Is that all right?
Do they have the transliteration?
Yeah, it's fine.
up there?
You want to?
I don't think she knows the
I
opening.
don't think so.
But
But don't get ahead of ourselves, yeah.
Did Zara go up with my parents?
Yep. Well,
No, Zara will do the ark with Amy.
Okay. Or should Amy bring Noah?
okay.
No, because none of the other
These are
guys
also
Amy.
gifts for you from the congregation.
Oh.
That's
You
so
still
sweet.
have to show up on Shabbos though. It's just one less thing that you have to remember. So okay. So I'm going to put these aside for you. And that. So the Amy and Zara come up for the ark opening. We take it out. Okay. Pick up it. God Luke.
Gadlu Adonai
Facing
iti.
the ark.
Oh.
Right.
Gadlu Adonai iti. Unerama Shemel Yachdav.
Okay, all that stuff. I'd recommend though that you actually
Yeah, I will. But
lace
these
your
are giving
shoes
me
or
those-
whatever. Right, exactly. No, so okay, that's all good. Okay, and then we're gonna read from the Torah. Okay. Genesis 6:9. Let's see what we got here.
Is that the one that we'll use?
This is the one. Okay. Let me find.
You're definitely going to struggle with this topic.
Will they be streaming the service live?
Can you
We
find the
have-
spot?
I think we have the Copes doing half that.
Yeah, wait.
Yeah, they stream live. I sent. Do they have a camera system in here? It'll be like, yeah. It'll be like, not like a Zoom, but you would log.
Oh, serious?
Right. I didn't know if
Perfect.
they had it in this channel also.
Yeah, those are the cameras back there.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Hang on.
Is it definitely out of dot?
No.
Can you find it?
Don't put your finger on the Torah.
Sorry.
That's okay.
Oh, I found it.
Very nice.
Yeah, that's it.
Yes, that's it.
Third time's the charm.
Here we are. Now it's at the dot.
Okay.
Okay, so the first Aliyah, here we are you guys? So do you want to come practice?
Sure.
Okay, so, come, so we'll be right here, and we have transliteration and everything.
We're going to be right here, not up here?
Correct.
Okay.
correct.
Oh, okay, good.
Okay. Right now,
Yeah.
here you go, Toots. Baruch Adonai Adonai Hamelach.
Baruch Adonai Baruch Le'olam Va'ed.
Baruch Adonai Hamelach Le'olam Va'ed. Baruch Atah Adonai Eloheinu Melech Haolam. Asher bacha banu mikol ha'amim v'natan lanu es Torah. Baruch Atah Adonai Nosei HaTorah.
Amen.
Amen. Ele tolder Noah. Noach. Ish Sadiq, Tamim Chayav Derata, Et Elohim Yizrach Noach, Vayoled Noach Shlisha Avanim, Et Shem Et Chon Vet Yafet, V'tishech Et Ha'aretz Lipnei Elohim, V'tima'el Ha'aretz Hamas, Vayar Elohim, Et Ha'aretz V'nei Nishkata, Ki Chishchi Kol Asar, Et Derko Al Ha'aretz, Vayomer Elohim leNoach K'etz kol basar ba'al lefanai ki malach ha'aretz hamas mipneihem v'hirni mashmitam et ha'aretz asecha teva taseh gofer kinim taseh et ha'teva v'chakarta ota mibayit mechutz ba'kofer bezeh Asher taseh ota shelo shmeot ama wait
It's a review.
ama
I would not correct it day of, but since it's not day of, then
ama orech hateva hamishim ama rachta ushloshim ama kamata Sofa taseh lateva va'ama tochlena yomava ufata hateva v'sira tasim tachtim shenim u'shlishim taseh.
great. Okay, terrific.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher b'nanu Torah emet
Okay, take it from the top. Take it from the top.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher nasan lanu Torah emes v'chayei olam natan b'sofenu Baruch atah Adonai noseinu haTorah.
Perfect. Excellent.
I think they have to keep their masks on.
Yeah, for that in general we want to keep our masks on, but for this, if
They
you're
can take them off.
yeah, they're doing it over here.
Yeah.
You got it.
Yeah, we're
So.
gonna, yeah, okay.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and that's
Okay.
why we do it off to the side,
Right.
like that. So okay, second, Adam and Shelley,
So you want to just
you guys can do it here if you want.
Okay, we'll do
You're
it.
all hot.
That's fine. That's a nice time.
Where?
That's
Yeah,
fine.
it's not there.
Don't do far.
No, it's right here.
Is it?
Yeah.
So
But you gotta close it up then. Gotta close it up first to do it. Baruch Adonai Amra.
Baruch Adonai.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech
Repeat
haolam.
this. Repeat this.
Baruch atah Adonai Barak le'olam va'ed. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam. Asher bachar banu mikol ha'amim. V'natan lanu et torato. Baruch atah Adonai notein ha'torah. Supposed to be notein ha'torah, right?
Yeah, okay. Oh, I found it. Okay. Amen. Va'ani. Hineni. Mevi et hamabu. Mayim ha'aretz. V'shachek asar. Asher ba'ruach hayim. Mitachat hashamayim. Kol asher ba'aretz yigva. V'hakimati et briti ita. Uveta el teva. Ata uvanecha v'ishtecha u'shevanecha yitach u'mikochachai mikovasar shenai mikov tavia teva l'chachayot yitach zacher u'nkevayiu.
Excellent.
Very nice. Baruch.
No. Oh yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
That was me.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher natan lanu Torat emet, v'hayei olam nata b'chokenu. Baruch atah Adonai notein ha'torah.
Amen. Excellent. Okay, so now the Chazan is going to call you up. So we'll say here, right? And he'll call you up. Tamo, tamo, blah, blah. Yep. And then come on down, right? And here, we're going to kiss. We're going to do the blessing. You're going to read, kiss, and then the blessing.
Okay.
But you all know, you know it.
Yeah. Okay, so should I just do the thing?
Yeah, no, you should kiss and do the blessing. And,
Boom.
no, what do you kiss with?
The like little, oh, my talit.
Ah,
Okay, I didn't have a talit
exactly.
before this. So
I know,
would
that's
use the
why we're
extra
doing it
talit.
now, exactly.
Okay.
Because it's your bat mitzvah, and that's a beautiful talit.
Oh. Baruch Adonai HaMevorach.
Baruch Adonai Baruch Le'olam Va'ed.
Baruch Adonai, wait. Baruch Adonai Baruch Le'olam Va'ed. Baruch Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher bachar banu mikol ha'amim v'natan lanu et Torato. Baruch Adonai noten haTorah.
Amen. No, no amen this time.
Ma'af aminech umin habehema lamina lecha wait lamina
Start from the top.
wait
Me'ha'of.
oh okay sorry my bad Ma'af aminech umin habehema lamina wait umin habehema lamina mikol Ramasarama Laminachu Shenai Mikol Yavau Elecha Chachayot V'atzah Kachecha Mikama'acha Asher Yachel V'asatar Elecha V'chaya Lecha V'lechem Lecha
Okay, you're adding lots of, but they're hates.
V'lechem
Exactly.
Lecha Vayaz Noach Kecho Asher Tzivato Elohim Kenasa.
Awesome. So that you should go over a little
Yeah.
more, but you got it. So, okay, then kiss. And down here.
Baruch Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher natan lanu Torah emet v'chayei olam natan b'tocheinu Baruch Adonai noten haTorah.
Amen. Awesome. That was great. So just review the third one, but you totally know it. Okay, then Eduardo and Susan for Magban Goel. So to lift it. Okay. Yeah. Now I'm just thinking where the scroll will be because we're all good. Okay, go for it.
V'zat Torah asher sab Moshe Livnei Bnei Yisrael Fi Adonai B'yad Moshe. Wait.
Yeah, everyone will just,
Torah, 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 Torah.
But that's okay, we can keep going.
Okay. Yahweh Hashem Adonai Ki nizkar Shemo V'adah Adonai V'shamayim Hayarem Ke'enana Tzilas Lecho Chazida Livnei Yisrael Am Yerova Hallelujah Hallelujah Adonai ha'artum la Teiva Sheva Kiru Al Yamim Yesada Ve'al Necharu Yechenanecha Mi Ya'ala V'har Adonai Umi Yakum Bimkam Kodsho Neki Chapayim Uvar Leva Asher Nasa Leshav Nashi Velo Nishba Lemirma Yasar Rachamet Adonai Utzaka Elohei Shazedor Dorshat Mevad Shepanecha Yaakov Selah Seu She'arim Rashechem Vehi Nesu B'chei Olam Ve'yavel Melech HaKavod Mizeh Melech HaKavod Adonai Yizuz Ve'yibur Adonai Yibur Milchama Seu She'arim Shechem. Useut bichei olam v'yavo melech hakavel. Mihu ze melech hakavel. Adonai tzela tu melech hakavel tzela. Yikarabi kara shemei rabah. Ve'amadi b'achirtei ve'amlich machutei. Ve'chayachon yivyo melchon. V'chayedecha b'Yisrael. Ve'agaladcha karim ve'imru amen. Yehesh v'rach ve'rach l'olam ha'amaya. Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitbar v'yitram v'yitnaseh. Yitzvar v'yisrael v'yisrael. Shmet v'yishah v'yichleu. La'ela mikol birchata v'shirata. Tishbachata v'nechamata v'mirabel v'imru amen.
Okay. And then we're on 223.
Okay, are we done? 223. Baruch Adonai Eloheinu Elohei Avotenu V'Imatenu Elohei Avraham Elohei Yitzchak Elohei Yaakov Elohei Sarah Elohei Rivka Elohei Rachel Elohei Leah Hayah Elohei Gvorah
You
Elohei
can slow down a little bit.
Elohei Gov Chasadim Tovim V'Koneh HaKol V'Zocher Chasdei V'Bimah Umevigo Elibnei V'Nechem L'man Shemo B'Ahava Melech Ozer Foked U'Mashiach Magen Baruch Adonai Magen Avraham U'Vogei Torah.
Whoa.
Atay Gibor L'Adonai Mechayei Meitim Atarav L'Yashia Mashiv HaRuach Morid HaGashem Melchal Chaim V'Chesed Mechayei Meitim B'Rachamim Rabim Somech Noflim B'Rofeh Cholim U'Matir Asirim U'Mechayem Emunato L'Shanei Afar Milchamel Chabag V'Barak Mitum Elah Melech Mitzvah Mechayei Masmiach Yeshua Ben Emat L'Chayei Mitim Baruch Adonai Mechayei Mitim Nekadesh את שמך לעולם כשם שנקדיש למשתה בשמי מרום כך כתוב ביד ימיך וקרא זה על זה ויאמר
קדוש, 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 אדוני צבאות, מלך על הארץ כבודו.
קדוש, 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 אדוני צבאות, מלך הארץ כבודו. היום עצה ברוך גמרנו.
ברוך כבוד אדוני ממקומו.
ברוך כבוד אדוני ממקומו. דברי קודשך ככתוב לאמור. ימלוך, זה מי? ימלוך אדוני לעולם, מלך הארץ ציון, לדור ודור הללויה. לדור ודור נגיע גלך, לנתת נפתחים קדושת נקדיש, ולבחך אלוהינו מפינו לא ימים של עולם ועד, כי למלך כתוב וקדוש אתה, ברכת אדוני האל הקדוש.
Okay, perfect. And then people continue davening individually through it. Okay. And then we get to 2:30 with Kaddish Shalom.
Wait, am I not doing it till Achad?
I don't know, are you?
Wait, I don't have to, because that's what I've been struggling with. I can do it, like I know it.
Let's see
Do
it.
it,
Okay.
do
Let's
it.
see it.
But if you're gonna do it, you gotta call the page.
2:26.
Ata Achad, 226. Ata Achad, B'Shimcha Echad, U'Mikam Chayisrael, Goy Echad Ba'aretz, Tifer Gedula, Ve'aser Yeshua, Yom Menucha, Kedusha Leman Natata, Avraham Yagel, Yitzchak Yarner, Yaakov Yuknam Yanuchu Bo, Menuchat Ava, Undeva, Menuchat Emet Ve'emunah, Menuchat Shalom, Ushleva Shket V'Getach, Menuchat Shlema She'atar Teva, Yakir Banecha Yod'ei Meitach Ki Menuchatam, Va'am Menuchatam Yakdush Et Shemecha.
Perfect, great.
That was good. Okay.
Tzidkatecha 230.
Good.
Tzidkatecha tzedek le'olam, B'toratecha emet, Tzidkatecha imad ma'am. Wait.
Just keep going.
Whatever.
Show must go on. And the Chazan will be here.
Oh, okay, I know. Asher asita gadlat, Elohim michamecha, Tzidkatecha kehararel, Mishpatecha tehum rava, Mishpatecha tehum rava, Adamu v'hama ta'asi Adonai. Yikara v'yikara Shemei Rabba.
Amen.
Ve'amati v'rach Yosef v'yomech maviteh v'chayachon v'yomechon v'chayetecha b'Yisrael v'agalav yizman kari v'yimru.
Amen.
Yehi Shemei Rabba
Yidbarach.
Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitbarach v'yishma v'yinaseh v'yitadar v'yitzal v'yitzal Shmei Kedusha B'richu La'ela mincha berchata v'shirata Tushbechata v'nechamata Adonai v'yama v'yimru.
Amen.
Tikavel setechon u'techon d'chol Yisrael kadam avuchon d'v'shmai v'yimru.
Amen. Yehi.
Yehi shlamim min Shemaya v'chayim alenu d'chol Yisrael v'yimru.
Amen.
Aseh shalom imam aseh shalom alenu d'chol Yisrael v'yimru.
Amen. So if you go slower throughout, then when you get to that middle part, it won't seem like you're struggling, right? So you're pacing yourself through it, all
Yeah.
right? So great, but those are like different. This is the only right. The tikabal tzolchon right?
Yeah.
Right. That like naturally like our tongue. That's new to our tongue.
How
so.
do you time like between parts that are silent, just like as if you were reading it?
I read one line of it and then go into the next thing.
Well, you should leave a little longer than that.
Yeah. Well, you also yitgadal v'yikadash Shemei Rabba.
No, I mean like during the Amidah, the silent parts.
Look to us, right?
Yeah,
Because you're gonna just like
look to the rabbi and he nods, move on.
Right, exactly. Yeah, like you're gonna just keep blowing through it, right? So, right. Okay, and then the mourner's Kaddish. We'll do the mourner's Kaddish.
Well,
Okay.
Elenu, you got Elenu?
Oh, yeah. I skipped through Elenu. Not concerned about
Okay,
that.
keep going, Morning's got it slowly, this you have to do slowly.
Yikarav v'yikara Shemei
No,
Rabba.
you gotta because if you're going to lead the mourner's Kaddish, it's sort of different because it's not just to get through it. You're leading people that want to say the Kaddish for a loved one, right? So Yitkadal v'yikadash Shemei Rabba. Like it really should be paced like that.
Yeah, and you maybe even say like, all mourners, like raise your eyes or something?
Yeah, you could do the full. You could be the full rabbi part. You could do
You have to go
that.
slow, because not everybody can go nearly as fast as you.
Yeah.
Okay,
Okay, mourners, please. Okay, I can't say it that pricky though.
you can, 232.
232, mourners, please rest. Yikarav v'yikara Shemei Rabba.
Amen.
Ve'amad yivrak yirtei v'yamlich mafetei. V'chayachon v'yamechon v'chayetecho be'Yisrael. V'agalav yizman kari v'yimru.
Amen.
Yehi Shema Rabba Mevarach Le'olam V'lam Me'amaya. Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitfa'ar v'yitram v'yitnaseh. V'yitadar v'yitaleh v'yitalal Shmei Kedusha.
B'richu.
Le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata. Tushbechata v'nechamata dam Yoram Be'alma v'yimru.
Amen.
Yechlei Shlema Rabba min Shemaya. Chayim Aleinu Ve'al Kol Yisrael v'yimru.
Amen.
Aseh Shalom b'Yimrabav. Hu Yaseh Shalom. Aleinu Ve'al Kol Yisrael v'yimru.
Amen. Okay, then you would give your devar. I would then say something, and then we go to Mari on 264.
Wait, am I doing Mari?
I don't know. Are you?
I never worked on it with Sarah, but I feel like
Okay, well then let's give the Chazan something to do. So, okay, so then here I will guide us through Mariv, and then we'll conclude the service. But we're not going to do Havdalah here,
Correct.
right? Because of everything. So you're like amazing and all set. I hope you're feeling good.
yeah, I'm not like nervous. I'm just nervous about being nervous and then forgetting it. But I'm not nervous.
Well, okay, that's good. So the things that you want to practice on your Devar Torah, to slow and to look, okay, right? You want to go over the third Aliyah again, and you want to just review again that small part of the Amidah, which you had. You did great at that.
Mm-hmm.
So you're totally set.
Okay.
Super exciting.
Yay!
Yay.
You're in good shape.
We're in great shape. And let's see, any other Amy Cohen and Zara are going to do the ark opening. Now, we don't have anyone you didn't assign anyone for the prayer for country, peace, Israel, stuff like
Can we
that.
just-
You want to
We
Just
just want
X
the
those?
service we just want the service to be over this, like, yeah.
We don't want the service to be over. We just,
It won't go over.
we just want the good energy of the other stuff.
Yeah.
It's fine.
Adam, it always wastes too much time to get somebody up on the bema and then blah, 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 so yeah.
That's
Skip
fine.
it.
Terrific. I think we're all set then.